Four women who seek guilty pleasures in their own individual environment and come away feeling not guilty. Hello and welcome to Talkative Reviews, the 5 good things, where we tell you the 5 good things in a movie. This week, the film that we're going to talk about is Love Stories. Interesting name, isn't it? Usually, Hindi films are famous for love stories. So I was like very curious as to why is this film called Love Stories? What are they talking about? And it really got me curious. I was pleasantly surprised to see that this anthology film, which has been directed by Anurag Kashyap, Dibakar Banerjee, Zoya Akhtar, Karan Johar, some of our favorite Hindi film directors, is really an interesting watch. And it's really not just about lust. There is a strong emotional angle to each of these stories, which makes them really massy and very interesting. And of course, they have women protagonists at the heart of it. What better combination can you find? So all those who are looking for some sleaze out there, they're going to be disappointed. It's really, like an interesting mix of stories, different kinds of women, because, the advantage of these anthology film is that you can bring across different points of views. Which were your favorite stories? Kanika, you were like really excited about this one. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, my favorite was Zoya Akhtar's. I am a fan of her work. I quite liked how in her story it shows us how we all have our secrets that we're often afraid to face. And I also liked Bhumi Pednekar's performance. How she, without even hardly any dialogues, she conveys so much.
Yes, absolutely. Simran, you also had a favorite. You were telling me earlier, but tell me once again about it.
So I have to say that it's tied between Anurag Kashyap's film and Zoya Akhtar's film for me. Zoya Akhtar's because you can clearly see the relationship between the oppressed and the oppressor, in the relations between Bhumi Pednekar and her employer, and through her silence, of course. On the contrary, in Anurag Kashyap's film, Radhika Apte is very talkative.
Yes.
And you see her exploring and justifying her journey through her adventures, through all of that chatter.
Absolutely.
So that's really fun.
Absolutely.
Which one was your favorite?
Actually, I couldn't really decide on my favorites, but if I really have to choose, it would have to be the first story, directed by Anurag Kashyap. And I'm still a little torn between the third and the fourth story. The one by Dibakar, which stars Manisha Koirala, Jaideep Alawat and Sanjay Kapoor, and the one by Karan Johar, which has Kiara Advani and Vicky Kaushal in the lead. Both were interesting. The reason I'm conflicted between the two is because Karan Johar's story is one of the more conventional stories, and it's structured in that way as well, But regardless, it's an interesting story, which I think will have a wide appeal. Because it's a more conventional story. I think he handles it very cleverly, So to that extent, yes, a bit of a conflict there. But when we're talking about these 4 stories, it wouldn't be complete without mentioning the leading ladies and of course the men who support them by playing different characters. Each of the leading ladies, I can't decide who was better because they were all so good in their respective roles. Radhika won me over because hers was the first. And she's so good as this conflicted sort of female that I was completely blown away by her act. But then Manisha was equally good, and then Kiara. So, I don't know about that. But what did you think, Simran?
Also, they're all winning performances in their own right. And I wouldn't even say that only for the leading ladies, even the supporting cast. All of them add enough value. And you don't see any actor or character disrespected. No one's treated as a prop like they are in several other films, especially in short ones.
Yes, it's that's absolutely true. Kanika, your favorite?
I do agree with you. I do think that I'm a little partial to Manisha Koirala because it was refreshing to see her back on the screen. I especially liked how she lends this realism to her character. You don't have the regular Rona Dhona that surrounds or needless drama that is a part of stories around infidelity, which was, and I think that's because of the way she's acted.
Yes, I think Manisha is brilliant. She's already made a comeback. She did a film last year. But it's just good to see her in more fleshed out roles because she really is such a fine actress, and she's so beautiful. And obviously, like, all of them lend that sort of their experience, their unique, their individual personalities to each situation. Whether it's Bhumi, who is the most subdued, it's interesting because Bhumi, we've been used to seeing her in very vocal roles. She's always been like this very vocal sort of protagonist, but in this one she's a silent one, and she makes the switch very convincingly. So that's interesting. Radhika has played a variety of roles, and she's refreshing each time, and she surprises you each time. So absolutely interesting. And the point that you made about the characters, the other characters, that is a brilliant point, because in short movies it's difficult to kind of play around with too many characters. And the fact that they strike the balance not just with like one character, but there are like 3-4 characters, and they're all very appropriate in the parts that they're in and the situations that they're in, and it doesn't go overboard. That's the really nice thing about it. And this whole anthology, choosing an anthology to tell these stories is good, because then you can balance it and you can put out different narratives without getting all muddled up. When a director is convinced about his material and he's sort of living out those protagonists, that's always great, because then you see that conviction on screen as well. And in a way, it's kind of nice to see that all these directors come together and they try to figure out what is it that women want, and they do find a few answers. Kanika, you had a point about the writing of it.
Yeah, because unlike a lot of movies, this movie gives the message that sex is a physiological need and it's normalized. That just like love, sex is also, or to have a sexual need is a very universal feeling.
Absolutely. I think to that extent we doff our hats to the directors, because they do a good job of it. They choose protagonists who are real, who are not like far-fetched, too ridiculous or caricaturish to believe, and they make an important point about women, that regular normal women do have sex lives, do have sexual desires, and there's nothing wrong with it. So to that extent, full marks to the writers as well as the directors for choosing these stories and telling them really well. But the fifth point to me was very interesting, because to choose a digital platform, and for this the producers Ronnie Screwvala and Ashi Dua should get credit, because to choose a digital, and of course a platform, Netflix itself, a digital platform is really good for telling unconventional stories, or at least stories which are not in the realm of larger than life. Because if a film like this was to release in theatres on Eid with a race tree starring Salman, I think the chances of it getting watched would be like much lesser, and it would get fewer screens and a lot of logistics would be involved. But on a digital platform, it gets a far bigger and better opportunity, and I think it's a great decision to show such a film on a digital platform. Simran, you're a student, which do you prefer?
So definitely the digital platform, because one, I don't have to spend as much money in going to the cinema and spending on snacks and tickets and stuff, especially in Bombay. And the second reason being, I have other things to do as well.
Right.
Whether I'm a student or I'm going to start working now, I will be occupied during the day, so I can watch this even at 2 in the morning from the comfort of my bed, and I don't have to go out
Absolutely.
to watch it.
I think it's like you said, you can watch it from the comfort of your home, and because these are 4 stories, you can binge watch or you can watch one at a time at your own leisure. So I think with these consecutive straight to digital releases, we're going to see a change in viewing trends as far as movies are concerned as well. So that was all from us, from the Talkative Reviews, the 5 good things. Keep watching, and if you like the video, follow us on social media and subscribe to the links below. Thank you.